Kylie, hi.
Hey, I'm Marcus.
Okay,
I think we know each other. We're
this is
matching.
true. We are matching. We are matching.
Yes.
Okay, so can I start by just having you tell a little bit about yourself? Maybe you can
Yeah.
start with being Barbie.
Okay. I'm Marcus Cooper. I've got a new nickname. It's Barby. I was a air traffic controller in the Navy. Before that, I worked at a TV station and I did roofs, general contractor. So I'm Barbie because I've had every job. Counter-terrorism, ran a political campaign, and now I'm volunteering here at EarthX in Dallas, Texas. I'm with the Foundation for Climate Restoration and Deep Green Solutions. We do a lot. We want to save the world before I get old, because when I get old, I will have bad knees and I will not be able to run from any natural disaster.
Okay, well, that's a good reason.
Yeah.
As good as any other reason. What got you initially convinced to support climate restoration?
Um, I was on an airplane actually,
Hmm.
named Julia, and she asked me a question about ocean iron fertilization, and I'd heard of ocean iron fertilization. I'd
Yeah.
had an extensive debate with a friend of mine, Christian Moore, about it, and
Ah,
I thought it didn't work. And we talked about the science and the physics behind it for about the whole plane ride from San Jose to Denver. And I got off. I said, I'm interested tentatively. She gave me her card. I got back home for Christmas, Sacramento. She said, drive down to San Francisco, meet the team. I met the team, and I've been in since then.
wow. What were your initial concerns?
My biggest concern is it's the ocean.
Yeah.
And the papers I'd read were based on like scientific modeling, and the modeling was really, really loosey goosey. And I hate that because I was an air traffic controller. A plane is either on the runway, on the ground, safe, or somebody's going to jail or heaven, and possibly both. And so I didn't like that they were like, "Oh, we can just throw iron in the ocean; it'll make plankton happen, and then
Right.
good things will happen." I was like, "That's not good enough for me because if you change fish migration, if I can name 6, 7 factors that if you do it wrong, bad things will happen." And I
Right.
really like the ocean.
Right.
Yeah,
Obviously.
yeah. So those were my initial concerns.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
and then Julia was able to debunk those?
she wasn't able to debunk them. She was able to explain a couple things about the hydrodynamics, the ocean, the way the ocean moves, the physics of it that I wasn't aware of.
Yeah.
For instance, there are cyclonic eddies, and they sound cool. They sound like giant whirlpools in the ocean, but they're super slow. And
Hmm.
but what they can do is, because we're talking about suspended microfine particles, or even just like something that's in the water in an aqueous solution, if anyone took chemistry, but and they stay within the bounds of the eddies as the eddies move. And what they're thinking of doing experimentally is using those eddies to keep the chemicals, the iron only, that we're putting in the water right now, that we plan to put in the water right now, to keep it constrained geographically. And so we can actually track the effects in a column of water instead of the ocean. Yeah,
Yes, yes, yes. So it wouldn't disrupt the rest of the ocean,
potentially. There's
potentially.
still a lot of research to do. And it's been done before experimentally a lot of
Hmm.
times,
Yeah.
but you want to make sure you're safe every single time.
Yes.
Because if you do something really bad to the ocean, like when we killed all the whales, it has knock-on effects that we can't even predict. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I guess that's science, and that's why testing is important. Yeah.
yeah,
So we're gonna keep testing. Okay, that's exciting.
yeah.
At EarthX, what do you think has been the most exciting thing so far?
Oh man, the most exciting thing, I get to talk to a lot of wonderful people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Trammell Crow, the guy who runs this whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
has a team of the most enigmatic people that I have met. They run the gamut. I mean, Peter Simic and Steve Evans, who run this thing, they're not only are they literally always on, but they're great at what they do. And then, I mean, just each individual one of his team members I
Yeah.
meet they make me feel bad because they're better than me at
Oh.
jobs that I've been doing for a while. So they kind of inspire me. But that's the best one for me. But I get to meet a lot of really interesting people doing things I never heard of. I'm a big nerd.
Yeah.
And so every time I sit down with somebody, they're like, "Oh yeah, so what we're doing is we're changing the structure of materials to absorb heat better than air conditioning without using electricity." I'm all in. I want to hear all of it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
And there's been lots of very cool projects like that I've
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah.
Yes, those are so cool.
Hmm.
And also, you said that Julia convinced you on an airplane
Yeah.
about climate restoration. Is that what you would encourage other people to do? To
I-
talk on airplanes, to
talk
talk
to-
wherever,
Talk to everybody.
talk to everybody.
Right? So
That's good advice.
So let's really think about this. We keep making the situation worse. And in some instances, in some circumstances, we have to. So this is really my thing.
Hmm.
I think we're going to be using fossil fuels for a very long time. And the reason I think that is because my family is from the third world.
Hmm.
And if you build a 40-bed hospital in Belize, it's going to run on gas. The electricity comes from gas. And
Right.
as the third world develops, they're going to use gas to build buildings. They're going to use gas to run air conditioning, to run schools, to teach women that they're people. They're going to use gas right now. And so either we can absorb more carbon dioxide than we put out, or the game is over. And I don't play losing games.
Right. What do
Yeah.
they say? It's not game over, it's game on.
I believe they say it
Game
on the
on.
back of the shirt.
Oh, absolutely. Game on.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't play losing games.
Absolutely. I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And we talk a lot about being in combination with net zero, but I think absolutely, yeah.
I
that-
don't. So the conference we're running, I titled it.
Yes.
And I titled it Beyond Net Zero.
Yes.
Because you don't get to zero and then not handle, there's so much carbon dioxide still in the air.
Right.
There's like 1 trillion gigatons in the air right now. And if we go to net zero, it's still there. It's still warming the planet. It's still messing things up. And also, every year we have managed to emit a little bit more than we did last year. So I think it's foolish to pretend that, just like when I start a diet, you look at me, America. When I start a diet, I don't just go, well, I'm going to eat a salad. That's silly. I have to run. I have to swim. I have to do something. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And I don't believe in pretending either.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wait, remind me of the first thing you said on that beautiful rant.
Oh man, I rant. So we managed to make more carbon dioxide,
Oh.
emit a little bit more every year, and we're probably going to keep doing it as the world develops. And so we have to deal with not only what's already up there,
Yes.
but what we're emitting right now. And so you have to go beyond net zero. You run through the finish line, not to the finish line when you run track.
Well, absolutely. And I would agree that I think it's silly that we see all of the detrimental effects that we're currently having and expect, to just like, what do they say? Mitigate, like.
Well, mitigate is quitting.
Right,
Like,
absolutely.
And here's the thing. Mitigating is quitting from a Eurocentric perspective because we're okay.
Right.
And this is
We're privileged in that way.
It makes me upset because we're okay.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about people that aren't okay, they don't get to decide to mitigate. They get to decide what we tell them. And then we'll go, well, you guys can mitigate. And it's BS. They're getting monsoons. They're getting hurricanes. They barely have any water. They have a heat wave. We have air conditioning. And we can switch to solar and we can bide our time. And their permafrost is melting and their ocean is rising and their shoreline is depleted. And then what do? They want to run to a developed country, and then we're mad at them for running to a developed country
Absolutely.
while we play video games with our electricity that they need to use to feed their kids.
Absolutely.
And it actually makes me mad. Mitigate.
As
For
it should.
who?
Right. Right.
For us, mitigating is maybe not running our air conditioning when it's super duper hot. For them, mitigating is, well, maybe 50 people die instead of 100.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
It's a difference between surviving or not. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better.
Thank you.
Hashtag climate restoration
Indeed.
as the solution.
Yes.
Wait, that was perfect.
Thank you.
And wait, yeah, I think those are all my questions. Lastly, you've given a lot of advice, but word of advice to the world?
Yes, to the entire world.
Absolutely.
What you guys need to do, and it's stupid, all right? It's a cliche. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's a cliche. But honestly, every single person, with very few exceptions, wants what's good for their neighbor. And what's good for their neighbor is very often not what you think is good for your neighbor. But you have to keep that in mind when you're talking with someone that disagrees with you. They're also trying to do the right thing. And when you guys can figure out what the right thing is together, you'll all do the right thing together. Very few people want to steal from everybody. Very few people want to hurt everybody. If they want to hurt someone, there's generally a reason. If you can diffuse that reason, they don't want to hurt you. I read that in the back of a Spider-Man comic that was written during the Vietnam War, because people that were anti the Vietnam War and pro the Vietnam War were generally both patriots. And if you remember that they're both patriots, and this our 250th anniversary, you can find the middle ground that enables you to move better for a stronger America. And that works for everybody in America, works for everybody in the world. You know, communists love their children too.
This is true.
Yeah.
And I will say, Marcus, you're very good at that love, sweet love. I think you're a living example of it.
Thank you very much.
Yes, absolutely. That's great advice.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.